God gave me access to $1 million skill set, and it completely changed my life. Have you ever felt like you're in the middle of a storm, desperately praying for a lifeline only to miss the opportunities that come your way? I've been there. My journey from a struggling single mom to thriving entrepreneur is a testament to how sometimes the answers to our prayers come in unexpected forms. Here's a story that perfectly illustrates this concept, followed by my own transformative experience that led to discovering a skill set worth millions. The drowning man. A fellow was stuck on his rooftop during a flood. He was praying to God for help. Soon, a man in a rowboat came by, and the fellow shouted, "Jump in, I can save you." The stranded man shouted back, "No, it's okay. I'm praying to God, and He's going to save me." So the rowboat went on. The motorboat came by. The fellow in the motorboat shouted, "Jump in, I can save you." Again, the stranded man said, "No thanks. I'm praying to God. He's going to save me. I have faith." So the motorboat went on. Next, a helicopter came by, and the pilot shouted down, "Grab this rope and I will lift you to safety." Once more, the stranded man replied, "No thanks. I'm praying to God. He's going to save me. I have faith." So the helicopter reluctantly flew away. Soon the water rose and rose. It rose above the rooftop, and the man drowned. He went to heaven and finally had a chance to discuss the situation with God, saying, "I have faith in you, but you didn't save me. You let me down. I don't understand why." To this, God replied, "I sent a rowboat, a motorboat, and a helicopter. What more do you expect?" My personal story. Reflecting on this story, I see how it mirrors my own experience, but yet it's parallel in some ways, then it's diverse in others. I was at a low point, feeling like I was treading water, hoping for a miracle. The man on the rooftop missed his rescue opportunity, but in a diverse way, I recognized a very distinct lifeline that came my way. I remember it like yesterday. I had recently gone through a divorce and found myself working midnight shifts while attending school during the day. My ex-husband was sending support, but I had a house payment, a car payment, insurance, utilities, food, and the rising cost of childcare to contend with. I'll never forget the day I made it home after a long day at school, but I had no gas in my car and like 43 cents in my bank account. I felt like a warrior who had survived another week. It was Friday, and I had an entire weekend off. I didn't need any money because I had my sons, I had a roof over my head, and I knew I would get an expected deposit on Monday. I felt it would be a great time to spend time with the boys and just be grateful for what I had. Well, that Friday evening, I took a nap and woke up feeling unwell. My head was hurting, and I had developed a fever. Oh no, I didn't have any Tylenol or anything for a fever in the house. It was horrible. I had no gas and no money. So I laid in bed with a headache and body aches that grew worse over the next day. I didn't even have $2 to buy a Tylenol packet. Even if I had the $2, I didn't have any gas to get to the store anyway. So I laid in bed and I prayed. And I said, God, if you would teach me how to make money and make a way for me to do it without sacrificing my family, I will never be this broke again, and I will forever give you the glory. At that moment, I flipped on the TV and turned to my favorite show at the time, which was House Hunters. In that day's episode, a guy was buying a house for $1.2 million. I'll never forget it. I wondered, what does he do that he can buy or pay for a house that costs $1.2 million? I decided in that moment, whatever it was, I wanted to do the same thing. The host asked, what do you do for a living? I listened. The guy responded, I'm an internet marketer. I thought, what is an internet marketer? I began searching the internet, then came across a video on YouTube by Nicole S. I don't remember the exact title, but it was something like how I made $15,000 in 1 month internet marketing while being pregnant, depressed, and more. It just caught my attention. I clicked the video and found one of the most genuine, beautiful, and helpful mentors ever. Nicole shared her story about how she was going through a tough time through her pregnancy, and after her pregnancy, she had suffered postpartum depression, yet still managed to create content on the internet that generated significant income for her and her family. I finally felt like I had met someone who was earning money but wasn't stuck up or mean or made me feel less because I didn't have any. She was willing to teach me for just $25 if I could join her team. And I was like, what? Well, I didn't have the $25. I just told you that I only had 43 cents in my account. All right. So when I was writing this, I had to pause and just say woosah to keep from crying, remembering that moment. Anyhow, right? I knew I had a deposit coming that Monday, and that would be my child support payment for the child support from my ex-husband. And I just wanted to say in this moment for the men who are listening or who may hear this and don't want to pay for the expenses of their child or their children that they made, you never know what a woman is going through and what she has to do to make it with your kids. Don't miss your payments or skip out on helping her due to your own selfishness, because she might be depending on that money for essentials for your children or even to put them in a better situation. Yes, some women do misuse that money, but that's who you lay down with. So don't blame her. Blame yourself. Support your kids. Anyway, back to the story. When I received the payment, I immediately got gas and Tylenol. Haha. And by the way, I'm never without Tylenol these days because of that experience. That was extremely traumatic. So I always have Tylenol. You know? And I'm forever changed by having a fever and not having Tylenol in the house. I paid my utilities, brought groceries, and decided to spend $25 to join Nicole S. Cooper's team. My life has never been the same. I believe God answered my prayers with a rowboat named Nicole because for $25, she taught me how to leverage the internet for profit, an invaluable skill set. I later upgraded to her inner circle and made significant investments in her courses and trainings and mentorship through a team we call the Dream Team. I gained a lifetime skill set on how to find a problem in the marketplace. Create a product that solves that problem. Create a compelling offer. Pitch that offer to a targeted audience using SEO and analytics. How to create small wins with audiences through those offers and upselling them to bigger solutions for even more wins. It became a relationship where everybody wins because Nicole taught me how to exchange value in the marketplace. You exchange value for value. People pay for solutions and relief, like that Tylenol. Remember? It was a solution to a pain that I had. I would have given anything for some Tylenol to stop that pain that night. Nicole never taught me to market or push products to get rich. She taught me to provide solutions, add value, and ensure that I offer changes in people's lives that help them overcome the challenges that they're facing. Many coaching programs focus on how to pitch and how to sell. But if you just create something and expect people to buy it, you might make a few dollars, but you won't build a powerful brand or change lives. When your name is etched into the testimony of those whose lives you've changed, when your product makes the world a better place, then you're exchanging value. People pay for solutions, not random stuff that you come up with in your head. How does your product help them solve the problems that keep them up at night? With that mindset and with the right mindset of servant and problem solver, I learned to create lead magnets, landing pages, email lists, and automate those processes so my focus could be on producing value. I became a master funnel builder, capturing traffic and building relationships with my audience. I learned that it has little to do with social media likes and that stuff, but more with using keywords, SEO, and tapping into search engines, targeting people looking for services. And that's when I discovered the power of blogging. Blogging is a big, big way to build an audience and to profit. Bloggers are earning impressive amounts even in 2024. I mean, you can read the blog post that's associated with this audio or video. Go over to sitahomeprofits.com, click on my blog or blog at the top, and then you can just see the different people who are earning big time within this blogging sphere, right? Even in 2024, you have people earning $1 million a month, down to $125,000 per month. You can look them up on your own time. But there are different blogging techniques and different blogging styles, but the reality is that it taps into the gold mine of the internet. It puts you in front of an audience that is looking for your services, okay? So, being able to achieve lifestyle freedom, to sit on my couch with a blanket and coffee while my little boy plays printing money from my laptop is just a phenomenal situation. So I did face some issues through this whole process. Some of them were due to life changes or life difficulties, technical difficulties, and even the ability to focus, right? Those were some of the things that challenged me going forward with blogging. But my extremely successful blog, Total Game Change, which made thousands of dollars, gained a lot of attention and developed a lot of traction through affiliate promotions, showed me that it could be done. Okay. So during that time, I worked on that blog and I was able to, again, generate revenue through that blog. And I was able to get affiliates who were able to promote my products. And that is what really changed my perspective on how automation can happen through blogging and through all the things that Nicole had taught me. And then, like I said, life showed up. A situation happened where I had to sell that company and cash out all the profits and move to a different city. When I got to that city, I began working contracts because I found it easier to just make virtual money by logging in and working contracts mentally at that time. But then after some time, I realized it is kind of hard to trade my time for money again once I had experienced the success of Total Game Change and income automation. But it was just the idea of recreating, rebranding, creating the courses again, updates, all the things that I would need to do to set up the systems were just seeming overwhelming. So I took some time and worked again as a contractor on the internet. Then after that, I kind of got distracted, was doing everything for everybody else and not really focusing on the skill set for myself. And so later I realized, after I thought I was going through menopause, but discovered that it was in fact a pregnancy, that I needed to automate my income again, and it became even more difficult for me to trade time for money. So I refocused my life, built sit at home profits, and made sure that it was value driven, solving a major problem. And I am proud because it does, right? Because at sit at home profits, moms can find virtual jobs or freelance opportunities if they need that time to just generate the income through the internet and just stay at home and get started in that way. Then moms can also access courses on mentality, clarity, and the nuts and bolts of building a brand and automating their profits on the internet. That is the sweet spot. That is where we want to be. That is where we want to live, right? Moms can tap into supportive community and receive guidance. And moms can also get parenting and self-care tips. So it caters to the whole mom. It solves that problem of, of how do I find balance between work and family, and how do I still generate revenue despite my time being restrained by being a full-time mom and all these other aspects. So I give them so many ways that they can generate, but I want to live where you are building a brand and automating profits, because that frees up your time and provides the lifestyle freedom needed to be the best mom. All right. So it's just been a journey. My God, only God knows what it took to get here. But the skill set to set up funnels and automate income online is priceless. And at this point in my life, I do not wish to be anywhere at any time unless I choose to be there. I do not want to trade my time for money. I love creating content that adds so much value to people's lives and earns profits over and over again. I love doing it from my sofa, and I declare that this is my $1 million year because I'm focused on helping other moms do the same thing, and so a mentor taught me that, if you want to be wealthy, solve other people's problems, and that will always bring you profits because you are exchanging value in the marketplace. So come on and join my team. Okay, jump on board, become a member. All right. And we will be those secret millionaires walking around in flip flops, hanging out at the local parks. Because again, blogging isn't a flashy thing, but it is silent and deadly, but in a good way, right? It's deadly to killing you having to trade your time for money, but it's also a good thing because it's going to help you, leverage the internet, build these brands or build your brand, whatever your brand is, build your blog, set up your funnels, create your content and put it on autopilot. Okay. So I have mentors earning over $30,000 a month that I personally know from their blogs alone. Okay. And soon I will write articles on, why blogging is so powerful, but I have to wrap up this post. I don't want it to be, or this audio, I don't want it to be so long and daunting, but I do want you to know that there is so much power in it. All right. Primarily because it gives you access to the entire web as potential clients. And it gives you the entire world at your fingertips. When people are searching for things like recipes or work from home opportunities, if your blog has enough authority in the search engines, then it becomes a solution to their query. So if I type in recipe for dinner tonight, a blogger who has a blog about recipes, who has a lot of search authority or SEO authority, their blog is going to come up and it's going to show me recipes for dinner. And then in the midst of that, that blogger can promote, their cookbook or whatever else, their YouTube channel, anything else that they want to market to me because they provided a solution to the query that I was searching for. So we'll get deeper into that. And there's a course over there at Sit at Home Profits that breaks that down. So you want to go to sitathomeprofits.com, become a member. And in the meantime, download my free mind map. And this is just an outline to your first $5,000 online. The first, and not just first $5,000, because you could do that, right? Getting a virtual job or whatever. But we're going to be talking about how to start to strategize your profits funnel that you can set up on autopilot to generate that on autopilot. Okay, so until next time, right, my friends and fellow moms, let's sit our butts at home, profit, and laugh our way to the bank. Anyway, so grab the mind map, join my tribe, and I'll catch you on the inside. If you want to change your life, you have to speak directly to that victim inside of you and tell that victim to get out of there. And say, that's not me. That will never be me. I'm not a victim. I'm a powerful human being who has opportunities, who has tools, who has the ability to change my story.